What's happening, everybody? This is the Fan Dude 21 back once again. And what you're looking at here is a 52-inch Fasco Olde South ceiling fan. This fan here dates to probably around 1983. As you can see, the fan's in an off-white and polished brass finish. Which these fans are available in a pretty decent array of finishes: antique brass, polished brass. They even had, I think, brown and brass, brown and white and antique brass in this finish here, which is off-white and polished brass, which you don't really see this finish a lot often. Most of the time, when you come across an Olde South, it's always in the white and antique brass finish, or other finishes like polished brass or antique brass, whatever. Definitely one of the less common four-blade Fascos around. They were only available in the early to mid-'80s, I would guess, before they were discontinued. I'd say they fetched a pretty penny, as they were considered a sub above the Charleston series. As you can see, the fan has the ornate blade badges and the ornate sideband. I don't think the Olde South ever came in the plain variety. I know there was a relabel under the Spartan name. It's called the Centennial, which looked identical to this, but it was a plain version of this, but it had the same vent pattern on the bottom of the motor housing, which that same vent pattern shared with the Great Room series. So yeah, like I said, I think these fans will probably phased out around 1986 if I were to guess. But definitely a pretty cool fan. Runs real nice. The blades on the fan are not original. They are off of a Charleston. And probably likely what happened with the original set is probably what's going on with this set is that you'll notice on this blade here, there is a line of glue that someone tried to glue a crack in the blade that was forming, because these blades are glued together off of strips of wood, which separate, of course, over time, and that's pretty much for any fan. Every ceiling fan blade you'll see, they're glued together like that, and sometimes the glue fails over time from heat and moisture and what have you. So that's probably what happened to the original set. So it's just got a Charleston set on there, but it would have, fan blades will look pretty much identical to this. So without further ado, we'll give this thing a demonstration. Power it up on its low speed here. It is a 3-speed fan, electrically reversible, if I've not said that before. There is a plug on the side of the switch housing cap, which is there if the fan, because that's the same switch housing that they use on the World's Fairs and what have you, the more upper class fans with the variable speed control. And that spot would have been reserved for a variable speed control of the fan for the models that had them, but the Olde South was a 3-speed fan only. As you can see, it's got a nice aesthetic low speed here. Fan runs nice, smooth and quiet. Bearings are fine on it. I mean, I wish you can hear it, but of course, air conditioning. So you just have to take my word for it. This is the medium speed here. Pretty decent medium speed. It's always one of the nice things about Fascos is that they seem to get their speed differences just right. Nice acidic low, nice functional medium, and then a hurricane force high speed. It's got a bit of wobble to it, but otherwise not too bad. Like I said, a very good performer. So we'll go ahead and power it up on the updraft mode now. As you saw, I had to flip the switch. The switch is actually located on the bottom of the motor housing, which is a common trait for these Fasco fans with a drop flywheel like this. Or actually, come to think of it, I think all Fascos always had reverse switch located in the same spot in the bottom of the motor housing, actually all throughout the model series. Even on the American Spirits with the rubber flywheel, more standard looking fan. It also had its speed or reversing switch in the motor housing. So reverse speeds are pretty much the same. One other thing to note as well is that the finial cap on the bottom of the switch housing is not original to this fan, but it is a genuine Fasco cap that this fan would have came with originally. This fan had a light kit on it, I think, when I got it, so yeah, of course the switch cap was missing. But oh well. Life goes on. And here's back to high. And we'll go and let the fan coast. My best guess the reason why the reversing switch is located in the motor housing is that the design of the fan actually completely restricts it from being in the switch housing. Because the motor shaft is a 3/8 inch, or the shaft that the switch housing attaches onto is a 3/8 inch shaft, which you can fit 5 wires in there, which Fasco, even on these 3-speed fans and in the variable speed, you know, just made them all chock full of wires. Because, you know, you cannot add any other wires for reversing at all. So, therefore, it had to be in the motor housing. There's a few other manufacturers that also had the reverse switch in there too. I know earlier Casablancas also did, in the K63 variety, and possibly some others as well. So as the fan comes to a stop here, I'll go ahead and conclude this video. So I thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video on this 1983 Fasco Olde South. We'll see you next time, everybody, and take care.